The UK is not only famous for its haunted hotels and ancient castles, but also for its eerie nightclubs with chilling histories. Some nightclubs are built over old tunnels, churches, or even graveyards, making them hotspots for ghostly activity. From flickering lights and cold spots to shadowy figures and strange noises, these party spots have scared both staff and visitors. Whether it's a ghostly figure watching from the dance floor or whispers in the dark, the paranormal isn't just for haunted houses. In the UK, even a night out can turn into a spooky and unforgettable experience. Party at your own risk. Now we will visit the most haunted nightclubs in the UK. Number 1. The Limelight. The Limelight in Belfast, Northern Ireland, is one of the most famous nightclubs in the country. But behind the loud music, flashing lights, and dancing crowds lies something much darker. Many people believe the Limelight is the most haunted nightclub in the UK. The building was once a church, and some say the spirits never left. One of the most famous ghost stories is about a priest in old robes who walks through the nightclub late at night. He appears near the stage or in quiet hallways, then disappears into walls or mirrors. Staff members have also heard organ music playing by itself in the early morning hours, even though there is no organ inside. Some say it's the ghost of a church organist still playing his final hymn. Security guards often hear heavy footsteps on empty stairs, whispering voices in locked rooms, and see lights turn on and off with no explanation. Many refuse to work alone at night. In the ladies' toilets, a ghostly woman in black has been seen crying. When someone tries to speak to her, she fades away. In the men's room, people have reported taps turning on by themselves and cold air blowing suddenly. A cleaner once claimed she was pushed by an invisible force while alone in a hallway. She left the building in tears and never came back. Even guests have strange experiences. Some feel like they are being watched, touched, or followed by something unseen. Others have taken photos that show ghostly shapes or glowing orbs. The Limelight may be a place to party, but it's also a place where the dead might still dance. If you visit, be ready for more than music. Be ready for ghosts. Number 2. The Rainbow Venues. The Rainbow Venues in Birmingham was once one of the UK's most popular nightlife spots. Known for its underground parties, live music, and electric atmosphere, it attracted people from all over the country. But hidden beneath the music and crowds lies a chilling reputation. Many believe it is one of the most haunted nightclubs in the UK. The venue was built over old railway tunnels and Victorian-era buildings, some of which date back hundreds of years. These tunnels have a long and eerie history, including stories of tragic deaths, accidents, and even secret burials. Strange things have been happening ever since. One of the most famous ghost stories is about a little girl seen running through the tunnels. DJs and staff have reported hearing her giggling and playing, but when they go to look, no one is there. Some have even seen her shadow under the door or felt a cold breeze brush past them suddenly. People have also seen tall, dark shadow figures watching from corners. These figures never move or speak, but disappear when approached. Some security guards refuse to patrol the tunnels alone at night because they feel followed or touched by something unseen. Lights often flicker, music cuts out for no reason, and equipment fails during performances. Paranormal investigators who visited the site claimed they heard whispers, footsteps, and recorded voices saying, "Leave." One terrifying story comes from a bartender who saw a figure walk into a locked storeroom. When he opened the door, the room was empty, but freezing cold. Though the club has since closed, stories of ghostly activity remain. The Rainbow Venues may be gone, but its spirits are not. Some say they're still dancing in the dark, forever trapped underground. Number 3. The Arches. The Arches in Glasgow, Scotland, was once a legendary nightclub known for wild parties and live events. But deep below Glasgow's central station, it was also a place of shadows, whispers, and fear. Unlike other haunted clubs, the Arches has a unique kind of darkness, a heavy, underground energy that many believe makes it the most haunted nightclub in the UK. Built inside old Victorian railway tunnels, the nightclub had a maze of stone corridors, dripping walls, and hidden rooms. Staff and performers often reported ghostly figures moving between the archways. One common sighting is of a man in a long coat and top hat, silently watching from dark corners before vanishing into the brick walls. Unlike other clubs haunted by a single ghost, the Arches has many spirits. Cold gusts of air appear without warning. Doors slam shut with no one around. Screams and footsteps echo through the tunnels when the place is empty. People say they've felt icy hands grab them, only to find no one there. One terrifying story comes from a technician who heard crying from an old storeroom. When he opened the door, the lights exploded and the sound stopped. Inside, nothing was there, except deep claw marks on the walls. Some say the spirits are trapped workers from the railway's construction. Others believe rituals were performed in the tunnels long ago, waking something that never left. Each haunted nightclub has its own story, but the Arches is different. It doesn't just feel haunted, it breathes with the past. Even after its closure in 2015, people still report seeing figures in the surrounding tunnels. The music has stopped, but the ghosts of the Arches are still dancing in the dark. Number 4. Fabric. Fabric in London is one of the UK's most iconic nightclubs, known for its cutting-edge music and electric atmosphere. But behind the booming bass and flashing lights lies a chilling secret. Many believe Fabric is one of the most haunted nightclubs in the UK. Hidden beneath the surface is a dark history few partygoers know about. The club is built in the old underground vaults of a Victorian meat storage cellar, once part of the Smithfield market area. This part of London has a long and bloody past, including public executions, plague victims, and slaughterhouses. It's no wonder strange things happen in the shadows of Fabric's brick tunnels. Staff have reported ghostly footsteps echoing down empty hallways, sudden cold spots, and lights turning on and off by themselves. One of the most chilling tales comes from a DJ who saw a figure in old butcher's clothing watching from the back of the room, only for it to vanish seconds later. Others have seen a woman in white wandering the lower levels, crying softly before disappearing into walls. Security guards have heard screaming and banging sounds coming from locked, empty rooms. Some say the spirit of a wrongfully executed man still roams the club, angry and restless. His voice has been captured on paranormal recordings, shouting, "Let me out." Dancers have felt cold hands brush against them in crowded rooms, only to turn and find no one behind them. In the toilets, shadows move across mirrors, and taps run by themselves. Unlike other clubs, Fabric's hauntings are linked to centuries of suffering. Beneath the music, something dark stirs. At Fabric, the party never truly ends, not even for the dead. Number 5. The Slaughterhouse. The Slaughterhouse in Liverpool isn't just one of the city's oldest pubs and entertainment spots. It's also one of the most haunted nightclubs in the UK. Located on Fenwick Street, this building dates back to the 1800s and was once an actual slaughterhouse. Its chilling past echoes through its walls, giving rise to terrifying ghost stories that still scare staff and visitors today. Unlike other haunted clubs, the Slaughterhouse has multiple floors, hidden tunnels, and underground chambers, all said to be haunted by different spirits. The most well-known ghost is the Slaughterman, a tall, shadowy figure seen walking through the basement holding a bloodied hook. People say he appears late at night and vanishes through walls without a sound. Cold spots, flickering lights, and unexplained banging noises are common. Staff working alone have felt icy breath on their necks, heard heavy boots following them, and even been pushed by invisible hands. One terrified cleaner quit after seeing a pale-faced child standing silently in the corridor, a child who disappeared before her eyes. The club is also known for a crying woman's voice heard from the toilets. Some say she was a young worker who died tragically in the building over a century ago. Her sobs echo when no one else is there. During paranormal investigations, ghost hunters have recorded growls, laughter, and chilling whispers. Some even reported sudden nausea and the feeling of being watched. Visitors have seen figures reflected in mirrors that aren't in the room, and guests have fainted after sensing a powerful presence nearby. With its bloody history and spine-chilling stories, the Slaughterhouse lives up to its name. For those who enter, the spirits of the past may be waiting just behind the next door. Number 6. The Cavern Club. The Cavern Club in Liverpool is world famous as the birthplace of the Beatles. But beneath the music and legends lies a darker, chilling side. Many believe the Cavern Club is one of the most haunted nightclubs in the UK, with a long list of ghostly encounters that stretch back decades. Built in 1957 on the site of old warehouses and tunnels, the cavern's deep underground location is filled with history and spirits. Some say the building sits on ancient passageways once used for smuggling and storing bodies during times of disease and war. One of the most reported ghosts is a shadowy man seen standing near the stage. Staff and musicians say he watches performances silently, then disappears into the darkness. Some believe he's a former performer who died suddenly and never left. There are also tales of a woman in a 1960s dress seen walking across the club's floor. She appears smiling, then vanishes near the bar. A worker once followed her, thinking she was lost, but she walked straight through a wall. Musicians have reported hearing strange tapping on their instruments, cold breezes brushing past their hands, and even voices singing along when no one else was there. Some say the spirit of John Lennon himself returns to the club he once loved. Staff cleaning after hours have heard laughter, footsteps, and doors slamming when the club was completely empty. Visitors report sudden chills and unexplained feelings of sadness. Paranormal investigators have captured eerie voices, whispering names, and even full ghostly figures on camera. The Cavern Club may be filled with music and memories, but something else lingers deep below. Ghosts from Liverpool's past still gather in the shadows where the music never dies, and neither do they. Number 7. The Town Hall. Derby's Old Town Hall, now known as the Assembly Rooms, may host concerts, dances, and events, but beneath the glamour lies something terrifying. Many believe this grand building in the heart of Derby is one of the most haunted nightclub venues in the UK. With centuries of dark history and dozens of spine-chilling ghost stories, the Assembly Rooms is truly a place where the dead refuse to leave. Originally built in the 18th century, the site has seen fires, tragedy, and even executions nearby. During its time as the town hall, public punishments and trials took place. Some believe the souls of the condemned still haunt its halls. One of the most famous spirits is a phantom lady dressed in gray, believed to be the ghost of a woman who died during a fire in the 1800s. She's seen drifting along balconies and staircases, disappearing through locked doors. Staff and guests have heard footsteps on empty floors, whispers in the dark, and loud bangs with no source. Some performers reported being pushed on stage or feeling icy fingers grab their arms mid-performance. The basement is considered the most haunted. Paranormal investigators have captured voices begging for help, sudden temperature drops, and even shadowy figures on camera. One worker fled the building after seeing a tall man in black walk straight through a brick wall. Strange electrical failures happen often during events. Lights flicker, sound systems fail, and objects move on their own. Some believe the spirits are angry or simply want to be noticed. Whether it's ghostly footsteps or cries from the past, the Assembly Rooms is no ordinary venue. Underneath its beauty and music lies a restless energy, a place where the dead still dance with the living. Number 8. The Club Mission. Club Mission in Leeds is one of the city's most famous nightclubs, known for its underground vibes, non-stop music, and electric crowds. But beneath the beats and flashing lights lies something far more chilling. Many believe Club Mission is one of the most haunted nightclubs in the UK. Built inside old railway arches and tunnels, the venue has a dark, hidden past that refuses to stay buried. Over the years, staff, DJs, and guests have reported terrifying paranormal encounters. One of the most well-known ghosts is a man in a dark coat and flat cap, believed to be a former railway worker who died in a tunnel accident. He's seen walking slowly along the brick walls before disappearing into nothing. People also speak of a weeping woman dressed in Victorian clothes, often seen in the club's shadowy corners. She vanishes if approached, but leaves behind a strong scent of old perfume. Some believe she's mourning a lost lover who died near the tracks. Lights in the club flicker without cause, and sound systems suddenly fail or blast static. Several DJs claim to have felt unseen hands touch their shoulders mid-set. Cold spots appear even in the middle of packed dance floors, and people report feelings of dread in the archways. The toilets are especially eerie. Mirrors fog up without heat, taps turn on by themselves, and one stall door reportedly slams shut even when no one's inside. Security staff have heard whispering voices, heavy breathing, and footsteps echoing through empty corridors. One guard even quit after being locked inside a room with no keyhole for hours. Club Mission might be a place for unforgettable nights, but some guests never truly leave. The party continues, even for the dead. Number 9. The Purple Turtle, Reading. The Purple Turtle in Reading is one of the town's most loved underground nightclubs, known for its quirky atmosphere, live music, and vibrant crowd. But behind the laughter, loud tunes, and late nights lies a darker truth. Many believe the Purple Turtle is one of the most haunted nightclubs in the UK. Hidden beneath its floors are chilling secrets and terrifying stories that few dare to speak about. Located in an old building with deep cellars and centuries of history, the venue is said to be built over ancient tunnels once used for smuggling and even witch trials. These dark pasts seem to have left behind a trail of restless spirits. One of the most reported ghosts is a tall man in a cloak and wide-brimmed hat, often seen wandering the cellar bar. He never speaks, never blinks, just stares before vanishing into thin air. Some staff refuse to go into the cellars alone. Others tell of a young woman in a long white dress, heard crying in the basement toilets. She's believed to be the ghost of a girl who died tragically during a fire over a century ago. Her sobs echo when no one else is around. Glasses fly off shelves, lights flicker violently, and cold gusts of air pass through rooms even with all doors closed. Paranormal investigators have recorded ghostly whispers, moving shadows, and strange growling sounds in empty parts of the club. Some say they felt icy fingers brush their hair or heard their name whispered when no one is nearby. Mirrors fog without reason, and heavy footsteps follow people through empty halls. The Purple Turtle isn't just a party place, it's a paranormal hotspot. Here the dead dance among the living. Number 10. The Fleece. The Fleece in Bristol is one of the city's most iconic live music venues and nightclubs, known for legendary performances and a gritty underground charm. But beneath the roaring guitars and packed crowds lies something far darker. Many believe the Fleece is one of the most haunted nightclubs in the UK, filled with terrifying paranormal energy and ghostly tales that stretch back hundreds of years. The venue stands inside a historic building dating back to the 1700s, originally used as a wool hall. Over time, it's seen everything from secret tunnels to violent deaths, and even plague victims buried nearby. The Fleece's foundations are soaked in history, and perhaps in something much more sinister. One of the most frightening ghosts is a shadowy figure that lurks near the stage. Musicians and staff often report seeing him just before lights flicker or equipment fails. He's known to move objects, slam doors, and sometimes appears in photos, a tall, dark blur with glowing eyes. In the basement, a woman in Victorian dress is often seen pacing. She's believed to be the ghost of a barmaid who died during a robbery long ago. Her footsteps echo across the empty space, and her reflection has been seen in mirrors even when no one is there. Cold spots, sudden drops in temperature, and the strong scent of pipe smoke have been reported throughout the venue. Patrons often feel watched, especially near the rear fire exits. Staff cleaning after hours have heard whispers, seen figures dart through the shadows, and even felt invisible hands touch their backs. The Fleece may host unforgettable shows, but some of its guests never leave. In this haunted Bristol venue, the music plays on, and so do the spirits.